Hi, it's Nicole Mangina with Windermere Real Estate in Bellevue, Washington. And today I'm sharing with you 6 things that you need to consider when choosing the right neighborhood for you when you're buying. Usually we focus on the house, but it's not just about the house. It's about the lifestyle that you'll be living in the house. So the neighborhood is just as important. Here are 6 things that you want to keep in mind. The first is, what's the commute? What's your pain threshold for how much time you're willing to spend in your car each and every day? Number 2, lot size. How much time do you like gardening and taking care of things on the weekend? If you would rather be off doing other things, buying an acre lot might not be the right fit for you. So take that into account. Something else, number 3, that's important are the schools. Now you may or may not have kids in the local school system, but the reality is that is a big buying decision for buyers, and it really makes a difference also on property values. In fact, there are areas here on the east side where one school district versus the other, they're right next to each other. So a house, if you're looking at 2 houses 3 blocks away from each other, one could be worth $50,000 or $75,000 more just based on the school system. So you definitely want to make sure that you're taking that into account. Like I said, even if you don't have kids in the local school. Number 4 is, what's the walkability of the neighborhood? One of my favorite websites is walkscore.com, and you can plug an address in and it will rate that address based on accessibility to things like shops, restaurants, parks, grocery stores, businesses. All of that factors into it. The higher the walk score, the closer you are to those things, which means you've got more access to people, neighbors, community, and you're just going to have a lot more interaction. So if that's something you like, you'll definitely want something with a higher walk score. Parks are another thing. That's number 5 on the list, is to make sure that you're looking for parks. And are those readily accessible? Are they well maintained? A lot of people really enjoy that. In fact, I have to admit, for us, as we've had our children, we've gotten more involved in the parks, and I live in Kirkland. One of my favorite things about our house is we're literally 2 blocks from Lake Washington. And not just that, but a really great park that has a kayak and paddleboard rental place, which we love to do, but I will be honest, I have no desire to own one of those or store it. So it's perfect. Anytime we get inspired to do that, we can walk down 2 blocks, rent a paddleboard and a kayak, off we go to enjoy our afternoon. And that's part of the lifestyle that we really enjoy living in our house. So keep those things in mind. The other thing to keep in mind are noise. How much noise? What's your pain threshold for noise? Admittedly, being closer in a lot of times means the lots are smaller. Maybe you're closer to a freeway, so you've got more noise, ambient noise going on around you. Now the reality is a lot of times once you move in, you start to block that out. It turns into white noise and you don't hear it at all. But if that's something that bothers you, you might want to take that into account in terms of how close are you to that freeway or how big is your lot. So if you have more questions about what you should be looking for when you're buying a home, or if you'd like help with your next real estate transaction, my cell phone and email will be at the end of this video. I invite you to reach out, schedule a consultation, and we can come up with a game plan for you.